Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Red Dawn. My name is Kyri, and today we're doing my starting 11 and match prediction between Liverpool and PSV Eindhoven in the Champions League tomorrow. So kickoff will be 6:30 a.m. Local time here in Adelaide. So wherever that is for you guys. So a reasonable time to get up and watch the Reds. Probably going to be listening to the feed while I commute to work, so I won't be able to watch much of it. But regardless, I'm always going to do my starting 11 and match prediction for this one. So a bit of a head-to-head between Liverpool and PSV. So Liverpool have 5 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss in this one. In recent matchups, we did beat him on aggregate 4-0 in the quarterfinals in the 2006-07 Champions League season. Obviously, we went on to go to the final and lose to AC Milan in that one. In 2008 and 9, Liverpool won 3-1 over PSV at Anfield, and then 3-1 again up in the Netherlands and in the group stage for this one. However, our recent matchup was a 3-2 loss against PSV over there in the Netherlands as well. And I believe this was our last league match before we went into the knockout stage. I think we played like a team full of reserves players. So, but yeah. But other than that, the stats do favour us against PSV. Let's look into them as we always do. And they are absolutely flying in the Eredivisie at the moment, unbeaten in 5 games. 1-0 win over NAC Breda. Sorry about that. 5-1 win over AZ Alkmaar. 1-1 draw against Olympiacos in the Champions League. But as you can see here, 5-2 win over Fortuna Sittard and a 3-2 win over Feyenoord. So they are sitting nice on top, 6 points clear in the Dutch league. But now, by all means, let's get into our starting 11 for this one. Sorry about that. Still having technical difficulties, and I'm not always prepared. Alrighty, so obviously we start off with our goalkeeper. No surprises here. Allison will take part. In centre-back position, it'll be Virgil van Dijk, and to partner with him, I am going to say Joe Gomez for this one. I do not want Ibrahima Konate to start in this one. And truth be told, I don't want to see him in a Liverpool shirt at the moment. He was at fault for our last game against Nottingham Forest, particularly that first goal, conceding a throw-in, conceding a corner, which led to the first goal for Forest. And when he came off, obviously was a bit of a smart ass, had a bit of a smirk, and should have been taken off at halftime. He got taken off like after by a bit an hour, but Slot doesn't have the balls, doesn't he? But yeah, I don't want to see Konate in a Liverpool shirt at the moment. I don't know why we're not getting games into Joe Gomez. Obviously, Giovanni Leone is out injured. Another option could be Watura Endo, but I'm just going to go with what we've got at the moment. Who could play in the centre-back position as well, and that is Joe Gomez. It's the old partnership which won us the league in the 2019-20 season and then the Champions League the season before. So our centre-backs will be Virgil van Dijk and Joe Gomez in the full-back position, with Connor Bradley still out, also with Jeremy Frimpong out as well. I'm going to go with young Calvin Ramsey. I I had him in my previous starting 11. I don't know why he did not get a look at in the side in this one. Let's be real though, Slot's going to pick Soboslai in the right back position, but let's just give this kid a run. Let's see how good he is, and he's been killing it in the reserves as well. And given how short we are in the right back department, let's just give him a go. On the left-hand side, we had Milos Kerkez starting in the game against Nottingham Forest. So with this one, I'm going to go with Andy Robertson. In the midfield, no surprises. I'm going to go quickly with this one. Ryan Gravenberch, Alexis McAllister, and Dominic Soboslai. No surprises here, but if we're being honest, Slot's going to put Curtis Jones in the 10. So, and he's another bloke I do not want to see in the starting lineup at the moment. On the wide areas, I'm going to say Federico Chiesa on the right, Hugo Ekitike on the left, and Alexander Isak up top. I think it's time to start Chiesa, and it's time to put Isak and Ekitike together as well. I don't know why we keep saying this, but it just keeps happening. Salah and Gakpo, they have not been good enough. And I just don't know why he keeps playing the same starting 11 and expecting different results. We know Salah isn't up to standards. We know that Gakpo, he's too predictable when he has the ball, always cuts inside. And it's part of the problem why Alexander Isak only had 5 touches in the first half against Nottingham Forest. I do believe it is partly his fault as well in Alexander Isak. He should be chasing the ball more, yes, and it's something you do not want to see in your British record transfer signing when he hasn't scored a league goal, and we're heading into December now, and his only goal was in a Carabao Cup game. It's something you do not want to see from your 125 million pound striker. But part of the problem is our wingers aren't getting the ball to him. When we put Hugo Ekitike up on the wide area, you know what he can do. He's been phenomenal since day one. He's always trying to do something, make things happen, and I believe he can. And I believe he could do that with Isak. I don't know why we're not seeing that. I don't know why we're not seeing that at all this year. Federico Chiesa, I don't really need to explain what does he need to do to start a game, but let's be real. Slot's going to put Salah and Gakpo and Ekitike up top. But by all means, at the end of the day, I'm not the coach. This is my starting 11, and I'll tell you what, this is certainly not going to be the starting 11 for tomorrow. But by all means, let's go through it quickly. I'm going to say Alisson at goal, our back four of Calvin Ramsey, Joe Gomez, Virgil van Dijk, and Andy Robertson. The midfield of Ryan Gravenberch, Alexis McAllister, and Dominic Soboslai. And our front three of Federico Chiesa, Hugo Ekitike, and Alexander Isak. For a result, I'm going to say it's a draw. It's going to be 2-2. I think we're going to be absolutely firing on all cylinders at Anfield. You know, obviously losing back-to-back games, both 3-0. We're going to be firing all cylinders, but PSV, they're going to be throwing the kitchen sink, everything as well. It's going to be free flowing of goals, and it's probably going to cause more issues, especially on the defensive side of the pitch as well. So, while I think we might see a much more exciting attacking approach, hopefully, I think we're going to have to settle for a stalemate. But what about you? What is your starting 11? What do you think the score is going to be for this one as well? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give a like and subscribe and share it to your mates as well. My name is Kyri from the Red Dawn, and as always, up the Reds.